Oh, there's a Pooh Bear?
All right, you can play with it if you want to.
Don't have to twist my arm.
All right. Oh, you guys can. I didn't. Cat,
Oh, it's right over there if you want to. Oh, I can grab it.
Okay.
I want to hit you with the Pooh Bear.
Oh, please don't. Thank you.
Just hang out for a bit. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, hello, and welcome back. Oh, man. Oh, I just did like a full introduction, run through, breakdown, and you guys couldn't hear me because I hadn't added the mic to the stage. You know what happened, guys? We got too popular, and not Snapchat, friggin' StreamYard want money off us. They want 25 big ones, man. 25 big ones. Extortion. Because you know what they said to me? They said, hey, True Crime Metrix, you have put out more content than 95% of our users. And I was like, well, when it rains, it pours. And they said, well, you need to pay. And we just set up a new email account and we're getting it for free again. But that's why the microphone wasn't connected. Sorry. And we just wasted 7 minutes. So where were we? Oh, I just explained a load of stuff and none of it was audible. Terrible. Let's get on with it anyway. Oh, hey, and someone let me know in the chat if the audio levels are okay now. Is the mic the same as the video and everything like that? Can you hear me? She just offered some water to Pooh Bear. I mean, she's really sweet. And I don't know if you heard me say, guys, but full disclosure, this girl is not a criminal. She's nice, and she might come across as a little bit immature and annoying, but she's only 20. You know, cut her a break. She's sweet as anything, and she's had a real tough time. You know, all that because of all that crazy shit her boyfriend did. Yeah, there's quite a bit of waiting around here.
But they want to keep it, for kids and stuff, keep it kind of colorful.
You'd be more colorful than this. This looks like it was around when my grandpa was around.
Yeah, right. That's exactly it. No, this is really 80s, 90s. Yeah. Everything was mauve. Unfortunately, my wedding plates were mauve, and they're horrible. They're a light mauve, and why did I do that?
It's okay. Chandler's parents.
All right, the cop is whispering, guys. So if the audio's low, she's whispering. I don't know why she's whispering.
Their colors were like green, I think, but it's okay.
It's
My
not just
parents also had
green.
green.
It was probably like that blue green. That was,
like the velvety green.
Yeah.
It was also my mom's wedding colors too.
All I have left for my plates, I gave them all away to my cousin when she went to college. I just have the cups now, but they were such a light mauve. Yeah, I was like, I told my husband, I'm sorry. He said everything was mauve in our apartment. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
And now I'm the opposite. Now I'm all about farmhouse. So everything has to be white or off-white.
Mm-hmm.
No color. The only color you can have is a different shade of white.
Eggshell, seashell.
Right. I'm so tired. Yeah, but the yawning. So I was like, what?
I was using Pooh Bear as a pillow for a while.
Yeah.
Are they just talking to Chandler first or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, so Chandler and Kat have been brought into the police station because something's happened. That's what they told them, right? Something's happened, meaning, yeah, we found your mom's foot by the river and you need to come in. But they didn't tell him that or her. They brought them in separate squad cars, patrol cars, and now she thinks that they're there just to give a rundown. Kat thinks that they're both there for the same reason, to give a rundown of the weekend, say what they know, and give information about Bart and Krista. That's the parents that are dead now. And unbeknownst to her, Chandler is in the other room saying all that stuff. What is he saying? Thrill-seeking. They fake their deaths and they fly airplanes and fight the evil of the world by being ghosts. He's in there going noon 30, shrimpless, scampy. Friggin' my dad is a maniac who bleeds all over the house. My mother drives around with a bath towel in each nostril because the air conditioning gives her such bad nosebleeds that she just splatters blood like a murder scene. So that's why you'll find the blood. And, Kat doesn't know any of this. She thinks he's in there going, yeah, I saw them on Wednesday and they went to the cabin. And that's all I know.
They didn't even let me know anything. So
Just hope his parents are okay.
right.
Like his mom's like about it ever. Chandler only tells me things, but like from what I've heard.
Yeah.
When we were there, we were like, fingers crossed, we're just at the casino, blowing money, having fun, living life.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, and Chandler's big excuse was, yeah, they skipped work, disappeared from work, no show, no call in sick, nothing, which they never did. They'd never missed a day, or maybe they'd missed a day because they were ill, but they always gave like a full day's notice if they were going to miss a day. And yeah, he's like, yeah, they're probably at the casino blowing a load of money. And like all of the friends of Bart and Krista were like, they have never been in a casino. They buy everything at Costco. Bart is a major penny saver. You know, he'll buy a whole decade worth of toilet paper and have it shipped in, you know, and store it all in the basement to save $13. You know, he'll sacrifice that space because he just loves using a calculator and saving pennies, you know. So to put them in a casino as your big excuse is like, what is your game? Everyone's going to know that's not true.
Except every time I go to the casino, I lose money.
My mom was there the other night and got like $600. Her and her fiance.
Do they go to the one here? Like
Ocean?
Cambridge? Oh, they went into Dell's?
No, there's a whole truck right outside Madison, I thought.
Oh, that one, yeah. That one is what do they have? Just the slot machine?
Yeah, S Bell. We we didn't touch on this one yet, but another part of Chandler's lie was, you know, hey, I'm going to college and I'm doing my degree in photovoltaic engineering and renewable resource energy and you know, all of this stuff. It's a very complicated degree, but I'm doing really well. I've got this great job with an insurance company called American Family, and now Elon Musk has called me in to come down to Florida and head up one of his solar teams at SpaceX, right? And but another part of his web of lies was that he was a volunteer diver for the police, what do you call it, like underwater team, you know, which they don't have. The police near where he lives, they don't have any such team of divers, but he was on call 24 hours a day, you know. And so I'm wondering if he got the twitch to like, I need to go and play some video games. He was just like, oh, another call. Yeah, a car has gone into the river and there's a drowning baby inside the car. So I'm just going to go and save that baby from underwater and I'll be right back. Like 4 hours later, he's like, yeah, now Elon Musk needs me to communicate with the people on the moon, and I'm going to be another 4 hours.
Is there?
My mom one-on-one machine twice, I think. Same one, yeah.
Oh, I'm buzzing. I'll be right back.
Hildy, well, you know, Hildy says, yes, how could the girlfriend not know or suspect what he was doing? Well, I believe her, you know, and she didn't suspect. And you know what? Innocent people can be the easiest people to fool. You know, there's a saying in sales that says you can't con an honest person. Because when you're selling them something, you're selling them, you know, a dream that they could be somebody, you know, that they could be better than their neighbors, right? That's their interest. That's not an honest interest, you know. That's a deceitful interest. But, you know, this girl and people like Chandler, predators like Chandler, they have a sense for who's going to be easy to convince, persuade, and that's the people they focus on. I absolutely believe that she didn't know anything, you know, maybe noticed he was tired, but you know what? The guy that she was with, the version of Chandler that she saw in her head, didn't exist and never existed. You know, I think that's one of the hardest things she's had to deal with in the fallout of this is her own judgment, her own lack of, you know, seeing reality as it is. You know, it must be difficult for her. Yeah, Hildy, they were in an intimate relationship. They were having sex while his parents' body parts were in the friggin' chest freezer right next to the couch fort bed. I mean, that is disturbing. But again, you know, she's young. She's pretty naive, you know, sees the best in people. And again, the version of Chandler that she had in her head, the guy she thought she was with, that person didn't exist, you know. That person just didn't exist. So I really think, you know, she was completely fooled. Completely fooled. And his mother.
Hello.
How are you?
Very tired.
How are you?
Hi.
So this is George. He's one of my partners.
Hi.
Anthony, the one that you spoke with me yesterday, he's off today, so you get George.
I don't know if you're hungry, but I get 2 cookies.
Is there chocolate?
One has chocolate, one doesn't.
Okay, I'm allergic to chocolate.
Are you really?
If I eat it, I'll just projectile vomit.
Oh, please don't.
Okay.
There's
If
a
I get too
garbage.
emotional, I'll also vomit. So.
I know one sprinkles, but you know what? I can put it here if you want it. You want it? That one has chocolate.
This one?
This one.
Oh. I was like,
Eat carefully on that one.
Oh, and then here's your phone. Because yesterday was just so fabulous with all of your timestamps on Instagram or Snapchat. So just in case.
keep on the phone long.
There you
Ryan B, hey, how you doing? Big B Ryan. Yeah, he says in the jail calls to her mother, Chandler tells her he's not going to snitch. Yeah, I don't think he's talking about snitching on Kat because she knows something. That's all. I think that was him trying to, you know, he knows the jailhouse calls are recorded and he's trying to create this idea that there might be someone else involved and, you know, just to give himself something to work with for an appeal or something. You know, it's this girl didn't know anything. I'd bet $1,000 on it right now.
go. How was work?
I was there for 30 minutes and then they're like, you can go.
Oh, how come?
I'm a very emotional person. I'm like, I was worried, so I like cried a little bit. Like when someone walks with me, like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, and then like I talked to my pharmacist and she was like, you can go home. And then I picked up some groceries, took it to Chandler and cooked him some food because he wasn't eating well.
Oh, how come?
He's nervous about his parents.
Okay.
I can't eat well when I'm nervous, so
Okay.
took a nibble at the cookie.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
There's no chocolate in there.
Test the water to make sure the police aren't trying to poison me.
No, we're not.
I had one of each this morning. So.
Have you heard anything about his parents?
No,
Did you know if his brother made it to the cabin yet?
I don't know.
I know he's on his way up.
Yeah, Mitch, he called me when I was in the car.
Okay.
Oh, were you guys going up there?
No, in the car of like Lisa's car.
Oh,
Yeah, because they're hoping they could make sure the garage door, like to get into the house, was unlocked so people can be with the dog. Because they thought just Chandler would come down here if they needed, so I was there to watch the dogs too.
How is he supposed to get to the cabin, you know?
He left around like a little after 2, I believe, and I think it's around a 4-hour drive.
okay.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want you guys to go with, or
Uh,
the dogs?
yeah, the dogs. And his fiance was going with him, so I think my mom has the same shoes. Clogs?
Yeah, they're super comfy.
I have a pair for when I went to the pharmacy for too long.
And they're nice. Well, yesterday I was wearing my tennis shoes, and then I was like, these are actually more comfy. So I just don't know what today will bring. So, All right. So some of it is going to be repeat. I just want to make sure that I'm really understanding everything. So again, give me your timeline from Thursday.
Thursday I worked. That's when Chandler told me, I think it was Thursday, that his parents were going up to the cabin.
Yeah, the cops are like, yeah. I just want to make sure that I've understood everything. So some of it is going to be repeat. And tell me the whole story again. It's like, why don't they just say, listen, if you can't tell us the whole story again, just like you did the first time, we know you're full of shit. What, and why haven't they read her rights? Do you remember yesterday or the other day in Chandler's interview when they were like, "Oh, just because we're up here, we're gonna read you your constitutional rights, but it's just on this little card, and I read it right off the card." And then really softly, he's like, "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you can will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney." It's like, yeah, but it's just on the card, and we're up here, so it's what we do.
With some friends, so he was gonna be at the house with the dogs by himself all weekend. Went to sleep, woke up, got ready for work, went to work. We planned that I was gonna go over there and spend the night. Just hang out with him and the dogs because there's fireworks and Rizzo's very scared of dogs, and so dogs. Fireworks, yeah. But before that, I had to stop at 2 different Targets to do some grocery pickups.
And this was Friday?
Yeah. I stopped at
This is
Hilldale,
Monday.
my apartment. Then I went to,
Remember what time you stopped at Hilldale?
got off at 5. It's maybe about a 20-minute drive from there, so maybe like 5:20.
5:30,
Yeah.
depending on traffic and stuff.
Yeah. Not a jeez. Store all I hate.
New Girl, video games. This is Monday. And then when he's trying to remember what they did on Tuesday, he's like quiet, thinking, trying to remember, trying to find that thought in his neurologically damaged, nerve-damaged, head injury brain. And he's just like, palms up, big palms up. Wings! I go to Cat's house. And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Must be a thing they do. They go and get these 2 giant, enormous, buckets of wings or whatever, unless they're making scampi. I mean, what about shrimpless chicken wings? I suppose it would be wingless chicken wings. Shrimpless scampi and wingless chicken wings.
Yeah. Then I went to my apartment, grabbed clothes, And then I grabbed a bunch so I could do dirty laundry at my mom's house because I knew it would be stopping at my mom's at some point. East Target. Went to my mom's house.
So do you not live with your mom?
An apartment.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mentioned it yesterday.
The Trafalgar?
No, that's my mom's house.
Okay. So then what is your address?
110 North Bedford Street. It's called Lark Cole. It's only like a sublet from April to July 29th. So I won't be there longer. I'm just going to go back to my mom's place.
Is there an apartment number or that one time?
321.
Here in Madison?
All my roommates are on the basketball team for UW.
No way.
Lovisa, Lexi, and Tara. Lovisa is from Sweden, and she is 6'3".
How do you get in with those girls? You know any of them?
Sublet.
Just got lucky.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The girl I sublet from played for the tennis team, and I used to play tennis in high school, so that's how we connected.
Okay. I'm sorry, you said you went to East Target? That you went from Hilldale to East Target?
No, from Hilldale to apartment to grab dirty clothes and clothes. To East, to my mom's house, to grab the hydrogen peroxide and the Swiffer because Chandler broke the glass of the fireplace that day and cut his toe, so we wanted to clean that and then clean up the glass and blood. And then we had burgers for dinner because he made me burgers because he burned his hands on the grill. And then,
Hilldale.
I thought he burnt his hands on the bottle rockets. Inconsistencies are showing already, Chandler. How did you burn your hand? You burnt your hand on the bottle rockets, and then you burnt your hand on the grill. Why didn't you just be more careful, you fucking idiot?
Apartment to get dirty clothes. To East Target to get the Swiffer.
No,
No.
Mom was supposed to get the Swiffer.
Mom's to get the Swiffer.
Yes.
Jeez. Then
East because I wanted some pickled jalapenos. They're a good snack. So then to Chandler's. And then I was there and then I left in the morning because he wanted to do chores and then I know around what time I was home. Took a picture.
Do you know what the chores were? Like, what does that mean?
Chores, like his family usually gives him housework, like the grass outside the front of his house. He usually has to take that to the dump. Probably.
Yeah,
Make sure-
so just before his parents went to the cabin and Chandler was suffering from this severe, serious, life-changing, lifelong lasting head injury with nerve damage that made it so he couldn't use his legs, that he would need a colostomy bag down the road, and he couldn't even walk to the bathroom at night because he couldn't see. So he had to live in the basement where I assume they have or maybe not the basement, but whatever. His mother was doing everything and more for him. But just before they left to the cabin, she gave him a full weekend's worth of chores, cutting the grass and all the heavy stuff for him to do unattended. Yeah, sure.
Draw all the remaining glasses up, do his laundry.
Do you know, did he go to the dump?
I think he said he went, but it was closed. Or that they were just closed. I don't know if he drove all the way there. And then... timestamp, sorry.
So on your Snapchat, do you manually enter your location or is it just through your...
Whenever you open Snapchat, it has your location.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you turn it off.
Okay.
And so on Saturday, I was with my dog at 8:53 a.m.
So did you see the fireplace?
Mm-hmm.
What did it look like?
Like, broken. It was like one pane, I think, on the left side.
And did you see like the blood in the glass? Was that all picked up?
It was pretty much all picked up except
So step one in Chandler Halderson's cleanup plan. First, he had to shoot his dad in the back. Then he texted his mother, who hadn't got home from work yet, to ask her to bring him soda. In fact, ask her sounds a little bit too polite. The text read, "And bring soda. I still have another hour of work," which is a nice way to talk to your mother. But yeah. So when she got back with the soda, he shot her in a place that we don't know on her body because only her leg was found. And step one in the grand scheme cleanup process was to cut both their heads off, put the heads in the fireplace, and somehow he had a few house fans set up to create more oxygen into the fire to get the heat high, to burn the brains and skulls and eyeballs and teeth to ashes, which really didn't work. And he just made a big mess, almost burnt the house down, burnt his hand, but that was on bottle rockets, right? That was on the grill, right? Okay. Have kids, they said. Neverly, darling, what aren't you telling us? Yeah. Thanks for the 20 years of free shit, mom and dad.
like a little bit of glass was still there. Honestly, I didn't see like a lot of blood, but probably because it was only a cut on his big toe.
Okay.
I see it look at.
And blood was by the fireplace, I assume.
Hmm?
The blood was by the fireplace.
I think so. I didn't like see it, you know.
Oh, you didn't see the blood?
No.
Oh, okay.
Where do you like go in the house? Like, where do you normally like hang out with Chandler?
All the floors, like his bedroom. That night we were mostly just in the living room. Go there, the bathroom, to the kitchen, second living room, his room.
Okay.
Like I just don't go in his parents' room with a spare bedroom. And I think Friday night. No, I didn't shower Friday night. I showered Sunday night, I think. Yeah. So Friday night, didn't shower. Slept in the couches so we could be with the dogs. Woke up, went to my mom's house to be with my dogs, and because they had to do the chores. Came over around like lunch-ish time, like noon, I believe. 11 noon time. We hung out, watched Daybreak on Netflix because we started that Friday night. Watched it. Then he left around like before 5, so maybe like maybe late 3, almost 4 to before 5. Like, no. I straightened my hair. That takes about 20 minutes. Chandler was gone. I also did my eyebrows. So that's about another 10 minutes. With eyeliner and everything. So that'd be like 4:20 at the latest is probably when he left.
On Sunday.
Saturday. So you were getting ready at your house?
Mm-hmm, because we went out with Rose, remember? Rose and my brother. Well, we as in me and my brother went with Rose. Chandler was at his house.
So did you guys meet up at your house or mom's house?
My mom's house.
Okay.
When I say our house, I mean my mom's house.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Noon 30, left foot hole. This guy is an endless supply of t-shirt slogan merchandise. I want one t-shirt for every slogan. Shrimpless scampi, noon 30, left foot hole. What else is there? back and forth through some video games. This is Monday. Yeah, I love it. It's almost like you could just write them down and it would form some sort of obscure poem, you know. Let's try it together. This is Monday. Left foot hole, back and forth through video games, noon 30, chicken wings.
And then Rose got there
It's like a haiku.
around 5, and then we went. It's not really like relevant to the story, but like we got Sencha downtown, walked up to the restaurant on the square that was closed. So we walked down to Ian's, went from Ian's to the fireworks show. I have the picture of my ticket. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Oh, was that the one at
The Isthmus.
Bree
Yes, the
Stevens?
Isthmus, the foods lights at the Isthmus. Pink ticket.
How was it?
It was like a 20-minute show. They said it was supposed to start at 8:30. We sat there till like 9:30, 9:45 before it went off.
I heard it was lame.
Sat there like I feel like my butt's still bruised because we got there on like 7:35. Sat there for like 2 hours on bleachers. Not fun. Then we went home. Woke up. Rose and I went to Starbucks and Panera to pick up bagels and coffee.
Is this Sunday now?
Yes.
So when you say you went home, you went to
Mom's.
your mom's.
Yes.
Okay.
And you slept there?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I just
So
remembered
let's-
another one, guys.
Where are you guys driving?
We refer to cats as the duplex. Cress is the farm, and my house is my house. I'm starting to actually like him. For fuck's sake, what is wrong with me?
Oh, so in the morning for like Starbucks or like the fireworks show.
The whole shebang.
So okay,
So Friday, what were you driving?
Friday my red Subaru, which is under my mom's name, Dulce Mellender.
You see how these cops, especially the lady cop, are being kind of uninvolved, pretty clinical, little bit, you know, not really giving her signs that they're going along with what she's saying, you know. The cop just said, I heard the fireworks show was lame, the guy cop. I don't think he heard that. I think he was picking up on her thinking that and that was like his way of building rapport, you know. He was just like, I heard it was lame. And is lame a word that kids use now? Because it was totally lame. It was totally not awesome, lame, man. They're not very good at rapport building in Wisconsin. I've noticed that. You know, the cops are pretty different state to state, right?
You know the plates?
VER. I don't know the numbers.
Okay.
I know it's VER. But if you look inside, you can see dog toys on the like windshields thing for my dogs. But so that, and then when it was like going downtown to get Sencha, it was my brother's car, which is a Mazda black. I don't know his plate numbers. And then when we went to get Starbucks and then the Panera, my Subaru again, red Subaru Forester 2012. Sorry,
You're good.
stomach acid.
That was Sunday, right? That you went to get.
Starbucks and Panera. And then
What time do you think that was at? Morning.
I think I might have a screenshot of my receipt.
Why would you go to Starbucks and Panera? You would just go to Panera, surely. It's better. Their coffee's better. Their bagels are better. And everything is better. You got to go to Starbucks? I bet it was because of Chandler. He wanted the fucking roast pumpkin latte or something that they only do there. Freak.
I went to a Starbucks once, and then they said they never got my order. And I didn't have like the receipt, so I just take screenshots of my receipts now.
What Starbucks did you go to?
East Side one, the one by the East Town Mall.
Okay.
So expensive.
I had stars, so it was free.
They stopped doing the birthday ones.
Did they? That's evil. So my order for Panera was ready at 9:43, and the time set in the corner says 9:33 a.m.
Cool.
Proud of myself. And then we went back, hung out, like had breakfast. Chandler got there around like maybe the area between 12 and 1-ish. Because I remember, let me check my call logs. Because he FaceTimed us while we were in Ross, Dress for Less. He's getting these shoes, helping out with suggestions. Chunky dad shoes. Chandler approved. And I remember our call dropped many times because there's no signal in there.
Okay, Neverly Darling says, does she know at this point what he has done or why they are interviewing her? No, she just knows that the parents can't be contacted. They're missing. Chandler's filed a police report. Brother Mitch, Chandler's brother, Mitchell, has driven the 3 or 4 hours north to White Lake, Wisconsin to check the cabin where Chandler says they were. There's a good body cam footage of he calls the cops while he's there, the local cops, who come out to the cabin and have a look around. I think they break in. Yeah, they do break in with like a big crowbar. And it's kind of funny because they're going around the house and it's spooky, you know. And they're kind of scared. It's really funny. We should definitely watch that together as a group. But Kat doesn't know anything. I'm certain of it. I'd bet whatever. There's no way she was involved in any of it.
Just saw him feeling right. Just you and Rose went to get Starbucks and Panera.
Yep, and then when we yes, just her and I. My brother stayed home because he was smoking ribs.
Oh, okay. I love ribs. So then on Saturday night, did Chandler spend the night with you at the house?
Nope, he was at his house.
So he went home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was home Saturday night.
Yeah. And then we were at like Ross. I think 112 is what I'm thinking.
112.
Yes. Because I'm trying to piece it together. Yeah. Yeah. And then I think we were like, I don't think we were in Marshall's when he gave me a call. He was sleeping, I think. It's because when he arrived, he was there for, like, we were all there for a little bit. And then Rose wanted to go to Ross. And so Chandler stayed in my room to take a nap because, you know, his legs have been having problems. So he couldn't do the walking around thing, which is fair. And so we went from Ross I have a picture of my receipt from Marshall's, which is what I took in the car before we went back to the house.
Yeah, Kerry, the house did stink. The whole neighborhood, the neighbors said that it smelled like someone was having a pig roast. You know, a 4th of July pig roast where you roast a whole pig, because the whole neighborhood stank of smoke and burning flesh. When they say a human body's burning flesh, human flesh smells like pork when it's burning. But guess what? Chandler had a real good excuse for that. His dad, crazy bleeding Bart, scratches his psoriasis until he gushes blood. Yeah, he grilled just before he was murdered. He grilled with the big green egg that's like a smoker, you know, insulated. It's like halfway between a smoker and a barbecue. It's like a rapid smoker. But yeah, clever Chandler. So when the cops come in and say, hey, it stinks of fire in here, why is that? He's like, yeah, the big green egg, it makes terrible food.
And that was taken at 2:14 p.m.
And that was from where?
Marshall's.
Marshall's. Love that place.
Me too. They had like Calvin Klein stuff in, so had to cop.
Did you drink a bottle of water? Did you drink a bottle of water?
Yeah, I was really nervous.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, I went before.
Okay, it's literally right there.
Just let us know. You can go.
Thank you. I will not pee on your couches.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Who would not appreciate that?
I don't want to disappoint them.
There you go.
So 2:14 at Marshall's.
Yes. And then from there, we went back to the house. And then, so we were kind of like running behind because like dinner was supposed to be like around 3:30. And so like Chandler and I, we got in my car so he could go. We drove to his house so we could let the dogs out. I think I forgot to mention that to you, that we went to Windsor to take his dogs out. And then...
What time was that at, you think?
Well, 2:14 was on the way back to from Marshall's on
in
the
the
way.
car.
Okay, Neverly raises an interesting point, saying, yes, the smell. In the Stephen Avery case, also in Wisconsin, Making a Murderer on Netflix, he and his nephew got convicted. LWAP. Okay, I can't figure that out right now. For burning a human and no one reported any smell. Shocking. Yeah, well, I mean, the Avery property, if that's where the body was burnt, I mean, there's speculation on that, but it's a huge property. Bit of a different scene than the house-by-house neighborhood that Chandler was living in, you know. I mean, yeah, smoke travels far, but in that part of Wisconsin, Manitowoc, there's a lot of people burn fires, a lot of people burning toxic material. Life without parole. Yeah, got you. Yeah, but Chandler's neighborhood, it's very picket fence, you know, next door neighbors right over there. Thank God they had all the doorbell camera footage, because although he burnt the fire at night, all the doorbell camera footage that are like looking right at his house clearly show a huge burning fire through the window that's next to the fireplace. You know, you can see the light. No such luck at the Avery property.
Yeah.
Marshall's parking. Ross parking lot, because we walked to Marshall's.
Okay.
So our house is maybe like a 10-minute drive from there, and then we were there like a couple minutes on check.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention. Get more followers.
So Hildy says she meaning Kat is not lucky to be alive because the crime was committed to cover up the actions of Chandler. Yeah, but you know, I think he would have killed her eventually. She'd have been the next to go. I mean, she'd have worked it out next. But we may never know. And Chandler had undoubtedly reached the point of, you know, full commitment. You know, he's in this now. You can't go back on that. You know, if you have to kill Cat as well, I think he'd do it. I don't think he'd have any hesitation about it. We got some theories on that coming up.
Um, but like we were Can I check I might have a Quick Trip receipt because I went to Quick Trip when we left his house.
Did you know what Quick Trip you went to?
The one by the roundabouts in DeForest Windsor area. You know, like the road down the water tower?
Yep.
Windsor Road exit? Quick Trip.
So that Quick Trip all by itself, kind of?
Yeah.
Like 50 down, is it?
McDonald's 611. David's Bridal. Canes. I did not save my receipt. But I know we got gas. And then from there we went to the farm. And then I have a video of us by the pool at the farm. After we had dinner, I think.
Did you make dinner at 3:30?
We had it around like maybe 3:45.
Oh, so late.
My mom was not happy. Food was good. She made crab salad. Yes, on the 4th, 5:30 p.m. That is Chandler cleaning the bugs out of the pool. And the girl is Rose.
Okay.
Why was he wearing a long sleeve shirt? Wasn't it like 90 on?
Oh, he wears long sleeve shirts. This is his thing.
Oh,
He doesn't like t-shirts really.
okay.
Almost all the pictures we're in, he's wearing like a long sleeve.
What time was that video?
5:30. I'm gonna approach.
All right, you're fine.
It says right there at the top and the dates.
5:30, July 4th.
And then we left around 6:30 because he had to be home before 8 to feed the dogs their dinner. And so we left around 6:30. Probably got to like my mom's house. Not gonna throw it.
There's a garbage or a bathroom.
I think it'll look really sus if I stand up and run out of here. Not trying to get tackled. I'm
not going to tackle you.
You can go if you need to.
Oh,
You're good.
okay.
So you left around 6:30 because Chandler needed to feed the dogs.
Yes.
Did you stay on Sunday at his house or did you go? Okay.
I stayed with him. But when we first got to my mom's house, he left right away to go straight to his house to feed the dogs. I got my wet clothes out of the washer because I was going to dry my clothes there. And so I did that, packed everything I needed, went to his place.
Yeah, Kerry, William Brown, state prosecutor for the state, obviously, prosecuting the case. William Brown, Attorney Brown, did an amazing job. you know, no notes, just had it, just reeled it all off, you know. And I just love, he was like, I'm gonna show some a few pictures while I talk. Some people are more visual learners, some aren't. And it's just like little things like that just made me feel so much more comfortable to watch him. But you know, then he starts pacing up and down. And you know, with a case like this, so horrific, it is difficult to find the line of where he should be in his presentation to the jury. You know, if he comes across too emotionally involved and says, this friggin' psycho kid shot his dad in the back and cut him up, you know, and gets like angry about it, he can, you know, make the jury think that he's too emotionally involved. And but if he's just really scientific and clinical about it, like if he says, well, first he made the incision to dissect his father's tibia, and after he had dissected the tibia, he moved on to the lower abdomen. And when he had removed the lower abdomen, you know, if it's too, there's no feeling. Attorney Brown just strikes the balance between the two. You know, it's scientific, but he's also got feeling in there. And it's just brilliant. It really is good. And Angela Rayner, I think it's Angela Rayner, closes it out for the state. And again, you know, just absolutely stunning. What a pair. What a team. You compare that to Chandler's attorneys, who couldn't even say his name. At the beginning of her opening statement, they said, it's like actually listening to Chandler Halderson speak, because she goes, Chandler, you know, doesn't pronounce the L. Chandler Halderson, young man, lives at home with his parents. He likes his girlfriend. He was just a normal kid. He is a normal kid. You know, when he's anything but, lady. And on closing argument, the defense is like, but they didn't tell you what happened. Did anyone tell you exactly what happened or where Bart was shot? Because if you don't know, you have reasons to doubt. And they didn't tell you what happened. They told you what they think happened. But what did happen? What happened to the Haldersons? What happened in that Halderson's home? I'm not making it up. That is almost word for word of their presentation. It's crazy. It's so bad. And in contrast to the state, which is just point to point to point.
He threw everything in the dryer, which I'm not supposed to do. You gotta separate stuff to hang it. So like we took time to like pull stuff out and hang it. And then we went to his mom's coworker's house, Dan, and he did some fireworks in the street. And we did that for like maybe an hour, and then went back, took a shower. I blew dry my hair.
Went back to
His house. And then went to bed around like 12 in the morning because, you know, fireworks going off, Rizzo's jumping on everything,
Sure.
barking, crying. Poor girl. Are we stopping on Sunday or are we going on till Tuesday?
Keep on going.
All right, keep on trucking. So from
You're
there,
doing good, so just want to let you keep going.
I really try to remember things. And then Sunday woke up, got ready.
Sunday or Monday?
Monday, sorry.
Okay.
Left around 7:40 because I took a picture at 7:33 of us.
Does this girl do anything with her day apart from screenshot her activities? I mean, do other people do this? I take screenshots of what? I do take screenshots. What are they of? Let me check. I don't know, just things. I screenshotted someone's nice comment to me the other day because it was really nice comment.
Sleeping?
No, he was awake.
Oh, okay.
He just rests his eyes a lot.
Okay.
And his long sleep again. And then I went to work. I don't know if you want to see a picture of me at my job because I took a picture in the hazardous section. Me and the hazardous medication.
Let me see that. Why do you look?
What shirt do you have on? Billie Eilish?
Yeah. It was a sweater over a black t-shirt.
You look super pumped to be at work.
Oh, hazardous is so fun. You know, I'm just tired. So
What time was that picture?
9:16 a.m. 9:16 a.m. And then after work,
What time do you get done with work?
I was working 8:30 to 5. So
35.
yeah, that's the hazardous shift. We do a rotating schedule.
You get a lunch break?
Yeah.
It's a long day.
Yeah, I get a 30-minute lunch break.
Okay.
15-minute break if I choose. We don't have time.
Take it. Take a break.
I don't have time. From there, I went to my mom's house. Because Chandler went to the farm because my mom's fiance lets him walk in the pool because that's one of the things we did Sunday because it helps stretch out his legs, make him feel better. Because I also helped stretch his legs on Friday because he has some he's not tired, numbness, that's the word, in them from his fall he had a couple weeks back. And so from there, he came over to my house. But before that, I went to McDonald's. So he probably got to my house around 7:10 because he beat me there because I was in the McDonald's line. But there's a guy screaming at someone in the window, and I took a video of it at the McDonald's. 7:14.
Wow. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
That was at Milwaukee Street, right?
Yeah, the one your friend liked a lot. And then he ate and then left. Then you say,
Yeah, Kerry. Sometimes I'm walking my dog and I just come out with little one-liners from Attorney Brown. You know, one of my favorites is when he's reading off the Google searches that Chandler's been doing, and he's just, I don't know why he says it in this way, but he's just like, what's this kid Googling on his phone? What's he searching for? Body found in Wisconsin. Woman's body found in Wisconsin. Wisconsin dismembered body found. Body found in the Milwaukee River. You know, he's brilliant.
at his parents' house. I stayed at my mom's house. Woke up, went to work. I think I have a picture of
What time did he get to your house on Monday to use the pool?
on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check my call records. So I called him around 5:02 when I got off work and I got into my car. And I think he was starting to drive at that time.
Drive
From Windsor,
to
the farm.
Okay.
That's a really sweet cookie.
You hate it.
Huh?
I didn't make it, so.
So there's that, and then I called my mom and the farm because they weren't answering his calls. And then I think I finally got a hold of my mom and then my brother. And then
Yeah, Hildy, it is Wisconsin again. But it's the same case as we were looking at the other day. It's just the girlfriend of Chandler. We already looked at Chandler, and now this is his girlfriend.
Mm. Yeah, he was around there at 7:05. He might have been close. Because we have a call at 7:05 that lasted 4 minutes. Yes, that's I think when he was close. And then he left, and then Tuesday I woke up, went to work. Went back to my mom's house because he wanted to come over and I was gonna cook his pork chops. But my mom changed everyone's mind because she really wanted Buffalo Wild Wings. Because the thing we do with Chandler is buy one get one, and we do 2 orders of that, so we get like 60 wings. So we did that, and then Chandler watched Legally Blonde with us, and I remember there was a storm happening.
So you went to mom's after work?
Mhm.
And then,
It's easier because it's like halfway between the apartment and his house.
okay. So from mom's, then we went to the farm, right? Is that what you said?
No. On Monday, he went from the farm to mom's house. And then Tuesday, we didn't go to the farm.
Okay, so Tuesday you were at mom's house.
Tuesday at mom's house.
Chandler, was he there already?
He wasn't there before I got there.
Okay. What time did Chandler get there?
Maybe like 6. I think 6. And then there was a storm happening while he was there at 8:02. So he probably left like a little later, like maybe 8:30 is when he left.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably
Hey, Udi. Welcome back, my friend.
you're about right. Yeah, because the video is from 8:02. And then he was in the bathroom at that point. I remember because he takes like 20 minutes in the bathroom.
Okay.
And then we hung out yesterday. Wasn't I?
Did you go over to Chandler's on Wednesday?
No,
Or
we
yes-
hung out.
I know, but did after you and I had our epic hangout?
No, I went to my friend Danny's. I told you how I went to hang out with Danny. His girlfriend Abigail works at David's Bridal, so I met them there. And then we went and got dinner at Guadalajara, which is close to downtown. And then we went back to their condo and I stayed on their futon because I didn't think it was a good idea for me to go to my apartment and just lay there alone. And then I went to work today for only 30 minutes.
Why only 30?
I was crying.
Okay.
I'm an emotional person.
Can I ask what you're crying about?
My boyfriend's parents are missing. Like, I think it's more concerning if I wasn't concerned. I'm a very emotional person. Like, I cry enough for both of us, is like what I like to say.
Sure.
Like, it's like I hang out with the family often, you know. There was parents. They're important. Like, I hang out with them. We play Mario Kart. His mom makes the Toad sound every time she selects Toad. No, Yoshi. The Yoshi sound. The ba-dang. That's exactly how she does it. Lose every time, but like.
Wasn't Mario Kart great? I mean, really. Talk about standing the test of time. I bet it's still fantastic. You know? Nintendo 64. I really haven't gone much further into gaming than that. Okay, Grand Theft Auto and a little bit of Call of Duty, but that's it. Bring me Mario Kart. That's my kind of game.
like I don't know. I just don't understand how you couldn't like be worried or emotional.
Select your player. Select match.
I know. I mean, that's why we're here. We're worried.
Yeah.
You're worried.
Like,
How's Chandler been?
like I said, he's not really. He expresses it in a different way. He's not like the biggest emotional person, but like I guess like when I look at him, it's different when other people look at him. Like I can tell it's really hard on him, and like he just sits there and dissociates and like paces and like just sits there like wearing my parents like a shell. And like when his brother was over, like
When was that?
they left around like
Today?
yeah, like before they went to the cabin. They left around like 2-ish. They're there at like 20 minutes at most, but like he's following his big brother around. Like subtle things like most people have noticed, but like dating him for a while.
What was Mitchell doing there at the house? Just looking around the house?
Looking for anything Chandler missed and like grabbing the spare keys to go up to the cabin, or keys that Chandler found in his dad's car that they think are the spare keys to the cabin. And then they talked for a while. Chandler told him about his leg numbness and how he's been going to the farm and like doing circles in the pool to like help with that like PT and how I've been stretching that.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of PT in the farm, at the pool. He was up there on the 4th. Had to go and do some PT and use the pool for his aqua therapy. He got those, those dumbbells that aren't weights. They're like floats. And you force them down into the water instead of picking them up, but it's really easy. He got those. Yeah, he bought those on Amazon, and he was doing PT all day, not dragging his father's torso into the wood and hiding it under a pile of twigs.
Yeah.
So he was following his brother around the house today, just pacing, upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his own way, like just showing his brother like, hey, like maybe like in their dressers I didn't find anything, but like do you know what this mail could mean? Pretty much. I stayed on the couch. I didn't want to like.
Oh God, can you imagine Chandler taking his brother that he's known all his life? They're pretty close in age. I think they're less than 2 years apart. He's taking his brother around the house, knowing that his brother is now an orphan, as is he, but he doesn't care. And he's showing the brother around and going into their dressers saying, "This letter, I don't know what it means, but do you think it could be a clue?" Oh. Another thing about this kid and his Google searches is while he's Googling Wisconsin dismembered body found in the Milwaukee River, he's also Googling. It's like, okay, we've done a bit of the body search. Now we're going to go and Google where is the hidden item in the game Escape from Tarkov. He can only clean up the murder for a certain number of hours in the day. And then it's back to the video game, back and forth through some video games. And he's Googling Wisconsin dismembered body found. And then checking what comes up. And then he's like, oh, I also need to search for the hidden item in the game. So his Google search is like, where does the messenger take the hidden item in Escape from Tarkov? And then I suppose he looks that up to someone who knows the game better, and they've said the missing item, the hidden item, is under the bunker and behind the tank, or something like that. And then he runs up to the game and he goes and runs around in the game with his gun and finds the hidden item. You know, and that's how he's been spending his day.
Intrude in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I've only been dating him for almost 2 years, and like his fiance's been dating him for like 6. You know, like,
When did he start using the pool to work his legs out? Has it been going on for a while?
Sunday.
Started Sunday.
Because he was in his brace until Thursday. And his parents really wouldn't let him do things. Yeah. Baby boy foot on the stairs, so very protective.
Sorry, I think you're going to ask something.
No, I think you did already. So
Hydrate or dihydrate.
That's what I hear. So his brother is there today. He leaves.
To go to the cabin.
Yeah, what does Chandler want to do? Does he want to stay in Madison? Does he want to go up to the cabin and help his brother? What's he thinking?
I asked him that when I was on the couch. I was like, why didn't we go up to the cabin? Because like his fiance and him were going. He's like, well, I can't drive. I'm like, well, I could have drove. He's like, yeah, you could have. He's like, but I don't know if they need me.
You could have, but I know that there's no point in going to the cabin. So we're going to send Mitchell and his fiance on this wild goose chase to White Lake, and we're going to stay here. And as we're here, what do you say we turn on the PlayStation and maybe get a few rounds in? You know, maybe we could watch New Girl and set off some bottle rockets.
Madison for questions, which clearly you guys did. And I also need to be with the dogs. And he's like, and you need to be with the dogs because, you know, they have a harder time with Caitlin because she's not around them as much.
I really worry about Chandler Halderson's dogs, you know. I mean, who knows? Who knows what he's doing to those dogs when he's alone? Could be anything. It really could be anything, you know.
So that was his reasoning. And then before Mitch came, I cooked him pork chops and like Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
And then after that, before Mitch came, we showered. And then Mitch came and then he left. And then I think he went to his neighbors to see if they had like any like a Ring camera and if there's like footage that might have caught the car. And they said they already handed it over to the police when he came back. And I was in the backyard playing frisbee with the dogs. And then we went inside and watched New Girl. And then he saw the
Well, there's a fucking surprise.
police outside. He said, hey, I'm going to go talk to them to ask if I can still get my mail in the mail because I guess there was like a ticket saying no mail or something like that. I don't know if it's like a police thing, but
I don't know anything about that.
No, we don't have that. That's weird. Okay. How was he when he came back from the neighbor's house after checking for the ring?
Oh,
It
how do
was
we
like-
find that call?
I don't know.
So
I
funny.
guess a little relieved
Chandler
that they had a
calls the
camera.
cops and he says, hey, there's 2 squads outside my house. Is something going on? Oh, there's 4 now. And they're not even canvassing. They're just sitting there. And Brian Chunks on the other end of the line going, well, they're probably doing shift change, filling out reports. You know, and it's like Chandler's like, oh, and there's a hold on my mail. It says all mail held at the station, and I need my medical bills. Did you put a hold on my mail? He looks so guilty. It's hilarious.
And they already handed it over to the police.
Okay.
Like,
If you're thinking about changing your career, I really recommend you pick a career where you can change other people's lives, because in changing their lives,
he's really concerned about his parents.
Yeah.
Like, you know, every son's like, oh, my parents annoy me, but like, there's parents. Like they do dinners all the time together. Like every holiday, they're doing a dinner. Father's Day, Mother's Day, they're all together. Like Easter, they don't really even celebrate Easter that much, but his parents make sure they have Easter baskets for everyone. Like,
So he has a good relationship with mom and dad.
like he's introverted and like doesn't want to hang out with his parents. He'd rather video game on his computer.
Sure.
When we play board games, he's like more reserved, you know, like not like shouting out jokes, but like he, you know, has one-liners in there,
Sure.
as they call them. Yeah, like he fishes in his backyard with his dad. That's why one of the reasons why they bought the house, so they could fish in the backyard.
Okay. It's a good relationship. Nothing, no problems that you know of between the three of them.
I mean, he owed them money, but he paid them back. I told you that already. And that's why I was allowed over during the weekend. But other than that, that's like the only time I've really seen a big problem with them, I guess.
So what did Chandler? So Chandler said you said he called you Thursday to like.
Yeah, Rabbit. Chandler is an entrepreneur. Wiring new online game, calling it Dismemberment Without Capture. He's going to be a billionaire. It's funny you should say, Rabbit, because as I said, I'm not a gamer. But I've often thought, wouldn't it be great if there was a game where you could really... Like, I would like to try my hand in the interrogation chair as a suspect and as a detective. You know, if I could go onto a level of a game where you had to go into an interrogation room and come out not in cuffs and you were guilty, and you could try all the tricks and see how you'd get on without the risk of the consequences, I'd think that was great. And equally, like, if you had to nail a suspect and do all of the tactics that we all know so well, you know, the Reed technique, blah, blah, blah. It'd be, I think that game should be invented. Someone speak to the game people and have them make that, please.
Let you know, like, hey, my parents are going to the cabin. I'm going to be home alone with the
I
dogs.
think he snapped me that, and then like we FaceTimed later.
Okay. He snapped you that?
You know, like Snapchat.
Yep. No, I get it. I just
Whoa,
don't.
not
I'm
that
not.
old.
I'm not a snapper.
I don't know.
What time did he snap you that?
Hmm?
What time did he snap you that? Do you remember? Ish? Guesstimate?
After 5. No, I was off work last week. I know 5. I closed. I was room temp shipping.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So before you said that the dogs are more comfortable with you than Mitch's fiance, Caitlin, just because you're around more.
Yeah, I'm there almost all the time. Like,
Okay.
I hang out with him and his parents. Like I told you how like I wasn't over for like 2 weeks pretty much, but like I was still there having root beer floats with them that one time. Like I cooked them Mexican traditional food before because my mom's an immigrant. Like I'm just there often. If I'm not there, he's hanging out with me, and like maybe we won't hang out like 2-3 days a week. It's very variant. It depends on like if we're doing stuff with our families or if we have other plans. But like I said, I played Mario Kart with his mom and dad. Hang out with them sometimes. Just have dinner with them.
And here's the other thing, guys, is Bart and Krista, you couldn't imagine, you couldn't create better parents in a lot of ways. Maybe that's a relative viewpoint, but as far as not abusive and very caring, top marks to each of them by all accounts, you know, very supportive, very If it's going to help you in life, we'll do it. You know, anything you need within, you know, the bounds of good sense, because good sense is a lesson in itself, right? And you know, the only negative thing, if it can be called a negative thing, is that Krista was a helicopter mom. So very, you know, but their basement was meticulously collected. She had meticulously collected, boxed, catalogued everything from their childhood, like a little museum, you know. Uh, Everything from finger painting to bronze shoes, and just the whole lot was. I mean, the most beautiful thing to me was just how neat and organized it was. It was all labeled and boxed and shelved, and it was just like, you know, and you shot them in the back, you fucking idiot.
So what was the whole 2-week thing? Why weren't you allowed?
The
Or,
owing money thing.
so how did that come about? Why was that a big deal? Because I thought yesterday you said that he's owed for like rent and Christmas presents and stuff like that. So why was it
Those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because like he was working for American Family at the time, and like there was like problems with HR and how they weren't like paying him, and like it was like they sent it in the mail, sent it to like not his address, so he was like, please cancel that check. Then he like tried getting them to like deposit it, and then at that point they owed him like a couple $1,000s because they were so far behind. And then I guess the company that they sent money through was like, this doesn't seem legit. They thought it was a scam. And so his parents were like, you got to give us that money because we know you have money. And so, yeah, then he paid them. And it was just those 2 weeks that were like, you have like strict.
Okay.
Which is weird because like his mom's like, don't be spending money because you owe us money, but they're not ever like really. He said it wasn't really his mom, it's more of his dad like on him, but his dad's also an accountant, so kind of stingy.
Okay.
To be real with y'all.
I appreciate that. So for the 2 weeks, was that when he hurt his back when he fell?
Yeah, Rabbit says they hang out, then not, or driving to and from, then leave, go to Starbucks and Panera. This chick and Chandler's lives are a weird online game. Go here and there, cry at work, accomplish nothing. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Rabbit, but I do kind of like her. You know? And it's, I know what you mean. She's a little bit annoying. She's a little bit immature and an air, well, you know, but she is very young and she's innocent. And, you know, with someone like Chandler, anyone who allows him to victimize them, is it really their fault? You know, he's obviously a psycho weirdo. You know, I think the blame lies on him, you know, for all of this. And you know, this girl, despite her being a little bit, you know, twee, didn't deserve any of that, you know.
Yeah, it pretty much started like right after he fell, because like they can just say Cat can't come over. It was a part of like the recovery and like, hey, pay us back, like because he fell down the stairs, hit his head twice, bruised his ribs, had to wear like a neck brace. They were obviously concerned and didn't want him doing a lot. So I think his dad was, I don't know if he
Yeah, they didn't want him doing a lot, but they left me a whole weekend full of heavy chores to accomplish alone without supervision or aid. Yeah, but they didn't want me doing a lot, and they said Cat can't come over. He'd probably just got a new game and was like, okay, I need a couple of weeks to really get into this with my online gaming friends. And I bet he had one of those headsets. I've never used one, but I understand that people now wear headsets and play online together and like, do missions together. So if two shooters are going to attack a building, they'll plan and communicate. So Chandler will be like saying to his other online loser friend, yeah, you go round the back and I'll cover the front, and all of this. And the question is there an answer to the video games and what he did? Well, I think the answer is lying in if he spends most of his waking life in the game of non-reality where there are no consequences, doesn't that become more real than real life where there are consequences? We saw the same thing with Grant Amato, where he was spending all of his waking hours paying $200 an hour or something to speak to some Bulgarian cam model, and then he stole like all the money from his parents' retirement. They were just about to retire. He stole like $200,000 and another 10 and 20 from his brother's credit card, just to get this Bulgarian webcam model to, try on outfits and perform sex dances and sex acts, probably. Like, I think he was sending her sex toys and getting her to use them on herself while he watched, and he pays $200 an hour of his parents' retirement fund for that, for I think it was 6 hours a night. So that's $1,200 a day, and he did it for 4 months or something like that. So it was like 200 grand, $250,000. But then his parents found out and said, you need to go to this sexual addiction rehabilitation clinic in Fort Lauderdale called Cornerstone. And he did. He went there. And then he got out. And the dad was like, okay, I'm not going to be Dad anymore. I'm going to be Chad, because his name was Chad. And there's something funny about that line. I'm not going to be Dad anymore. I'm going to be Chad. It's not Dad. It's Chad. I think, did anyone see Kingpin with Woody Harrelson and Randy Quaid, where Woody Harrelson's character is called Roy Munson, and he's a bowling hustler, and someone says to him, come on, boy, bowl. And he turns around really slow with the bowling ball in his hand, and he says, the name's not Boy, it's Roy. I love that. Why were we talking about that? Oh yeah, Grant Amato. Well, to murder 3 members of your family, he shot his mother in the back of the head while she was at her desk drinking wine. Then he went and shot his dad in the kitchen. He didn't die, so he had to shoot him again, execution style, leaning down, bullet to the chest or the face or whatever. And then he laid in wait while Cody rushed back from work for some unbeknown reason, to do with this, but he didn't know they were dead. He just came back from work really quickly. And then friggin' Grant Amato was just waiting in the garage, like with a gun. And then as soon as he came in the door, shot him in the face. It was like, if you've removed yourself from the real world so much in your webcam model or your game or, Rocky Rambo Waynam Cam was another one up in Alberta or Vancouver, where, he just went to the store and bought an axe, a knife, a baseball cap, gloves. It was almost like, I think there's a in Grand Theft Auto there's a shop called Ammunition, and you can go there and buy stuff to do a murder or it's just like what he did. And then he went out and just killed these old people. But he was so into the game. He spent like 18. That kid was from Hong Kong, and he just, I think he really thought it was in a game. It's crazy.
Drove him to the hospital or called an ambulance. I think I have a picture of them together there. Oh, sorry, my brother's calling me. He was asking what's happening because I told them I had to go downtown for questions. And he's a cop in St. Louis, so he's like, I'm gonna kill my sister. Because she was texting me about it that day.
Do you know when he fell?
Yes, June 17th. Before 1:42, because that's around the time this picture was taken.
He was just going down the stairs and fell?
He was on the phone with his boss who was telling him to hurry up to his computer, so he was running down the wooden stairs with socks.
Yeah. Classic.
And so here he is in all his glory. Yeah, and then like the day before that, I was having problems because I had like a tailbone cyst. And so Wednesday, I was over at the house and he was taking care of me. Yeah. And then he fell Thursday, and I went to urgent care again Friday to get it drained. Don't recommend it.
No, sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Painful.
Mm-hmm. I could barely walk, even lay down.
And that was which Thursday was that?
So the 17th is a Thursday, so the 18th she got her cyst drained.
Yes. I have a calendar.
And then the 16th is the Wednesday.
I went to urgent care and he was taking care of me.
So I'm gonna ask you a weird question with him falling. He probably was going to the computer, but any kind of bounce in the house? No.
His dad was downstairs at his computer. He was telling me about like hearing Chandler fall. He was like, that's not my computer. It didn't sound bad. And then like I got up to like check after a while and like he was on the floor and I was like, okay, Mr. Halderson.
Sure.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything about it afterwards, like, hey, I really like I didn't just slip on my socks. I actually
No, Chandler's clumsy.
okay.
It is not the first time he has fallen. He needs like a life alert with
Okay.
button things. Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen one of his many falls. He really likes his socks.
Okay. Socks and long sleeves.
It's really weird. It's a good type of weird.
With his 11.5 shoes.
Yeah, with the flippers from swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the flippers from swimming.
Did he bring his car though?
The volunteer police diving team.
Not that I recall. He just drove his dad's car, which is also a Subaru. I think it's a Crosstrek.
So before he said he couldn't go up to the cabin because he couldn't drive, but he's been driving all weekend?
It's a 4-hour drive, though.
Okay.
That's different.
Okay.
Like a 30-minute at most drive to my house. Like I drove all of us to the farm.
So what's his thought process? Why can't he drive? Is it just
The numbness,
okay?
like it's a risk. He doesn't want to crash the car,
Okay.
Sure.
and like being conscious about other drivers. Like
Okay.
if something were to happen and he hits another car, I don't think he'd live with himself. Like
Okay.
So medical reason, basically.
pretty much, yeah.
How did his doctor's appointment go on Monday or Tuesday?
Not the Monday.
Okay.
Not the best. Told him like hey, the stuttering will go away, but like the numbness is gonna like stay, you know? Because like he hit his head twice. They said like the numbness was from like a hemorrhage or something. And that's when he talked to his HR and he was like, I had to be honest with them, and that's how he lost the SpaceX job. May I go pee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I leave my phone?
You can do whatever you need to.
You know where the bathroom is, right?
Down the hall?
Right,
Oh, sure.
like, right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's a lot closer than I thought it was.
Step up quick.
waiting to see if I was gonna run.
No.
No, we actually
I cannot
stepped
go.
out.
What?
I cannot go far.
Oh, you're fine. I wasn't able to run today. So your mom is requesting that you just kind of give her a call, like let her know that you're safe.
I texted her while I was in the bathroom.
Oh, you were?
Okay.
I sent her two texts. but-
Okay.
Did she get back to you?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to call mom, you're totally welcome to. Just, I know your mom is probably worried sick. Okay.
She's gonna just cry at me for a couple hours. So I'll be here for a bit.
Okay. It's up to you.
I mean, I sent her a text, and I also texted my brother to let him know where I am and what's happening
The one that's a cop? Okay.
in St. Louis,
Okay.
The city of St. Louis?
Missouri.
I know where it is.
I don't know.
Sometimes people say like Milwaukee, but they're in the suburbs or something. So I don't know if he's in the burbs or the city. The suburbs or the city.
City.
It's cool.
What does he do?
He's a cop.
Well, I didn't know if like he was a
Oh.
patrol cop, if he was like in the schools.
Like, I think drives around, takes calls. Like, his partner got shot the other day.
No.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
How long has it been a cop down there?
since March.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I have like, he sent me text of his like first week. I don't know if you want to hear it. Oh, that's my mom.
oh, she answered you?
No. I was just in her text.
Dad of me, I assume?
And it was extended because of like COVID
So you just got out on the street.
in March. Yeah. Shot at, life threatened. He went to be in St. Louis. So, yeah.
Lewis.
Why?
Yeah,
He eventually wants to come back.
that's true.
Resume builder.
Big time.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to pre-fall.
Free fall.
Pre-fall. So how was Chandler's demeanor before the fall versus now?
I mean, upbeat, you know, excited to be working for SpaceX. Like, super. Like, Mitch he found out he had diabetes. Like, he went to the emergency room, like, the Friday before Chandler fell and I got my tailbone. And, like, his blood sugar was, like, dangerously high, you know? And then, like, they released him from the hospital that Sunday. And so, like, he was worried about that because, like, you know, his brother could have died, got diagnosed with diabetes super late. So really worried around that time and stressed and like, you know, being Chandler, I don't think a person has a set emotion every day. Just, you know, gaming. He does this thing where like he screen shares his video game with me while I go to sleep. So I can go to sleep easier. And he just like explains the game and talks it out and like just to help me fall asleep.
What game?
Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a computer game.
Okay.
So that was going fine. Like weekend before, his friend drove up from Kansas to visit him. Chandler.
How was his childhood? Has he ever talked to you about it?
I mean, he grew up, I think until like elementary school, he was in Madison. Then they went to Sheboygan area by Plymouth. Went to Plymouth High School, went to States for swimming. Swimming since a kid, that's why he has flipper feet. Did soccer. His mom has 5 photo album of each kid. Mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she drove him to every swim meet, every soccer game, every school event she was there. Helped make the t-shirts and the flyers. Like, Eagle Scout, Boy Scout, went to prom with Miss Wisconsin.
Oh wow.
Yeah, popular kid.
Any hunting that you know of?
I think he did hunting, like maybe Boy Scouts.
Okay.
He was a lifeguard. He was a Boy Scout like leader, camp leader. He would play taps at funerals on his whatever that
Bugle?
trumpet. Maybe. I think so. Is that the one with buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trumpet or bugle?
Play taps for them.
And that was all through Boy Scouts?
I think he might have done that through band. He did. I have the funniest photo of him from hye school. They had like, you know how some school has jazz bands? He had German band. And so they made them wear lederhosens. This is one of the many photos in his photo album. Baby Chandler. Toddler, like early Chandler. Chandler with glasses. Because he roasted me for wearing bifocals.
He wears contacts then, I'm assuming?
Trying to find. It's really funny, and I really want to find it. Oh, here it is. Call this Lederhosen Chandler.
Nice.
And then this is him at one of his swim meets.
Okay.
I think he was in like honor society or something in high school. Very active. He was Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast in middle school.
Oh, really?
His mom still has to show me the video. She promised. Got hold her to it.
There you go. Did he ever talk about like how he was punished? Did he get a lot of timeouts, spankings?
So I'm trying to remember if he mentioned it.
You're fine.
I think like maybe he would just study at the table and his dad would help and he'd like get yelled at if he got too many wrong or something like that.
So you mentioned that he was honor society, very active. Dad would yell if he got too many wrong. Was there a lot of pressure on him?
I guess.
What about now?
I think it's like normal parent pressure, like they just want him to be the best person he can be.
Okay. You
Yeah.
don't see anything like abnormal. Like he's not like, Jesus, my parents do.
I mean, his dad yells at McDonald's drive-thru workers a lot. And like, whenever his mom gets home, she always wants to know about his day. How's your day going, Chandler? Goes, sits in his room on his bed, like while he's doing something. I was like, "Hi, Mom." Like he'll cook them dinner often because he's a really good cook. He cooks for me too. Like
Just not grilling. Just not good at grilling.
no, he's never used that. I think that was the third time he said he used that grill. I was like, why didn't you just tell me you've never grilled before? But he can like make a shrimp scampi out of scratch. Like he's good. If he has what he needs, he can make it. I guess they're on him for like, you got to help us with housework, you got to do chores, but he like lives with them, so
Fair.
just helping out around the house like a normal child.
Do they have a pickup truck?
Pickup truck?
Well, you mentioned earlier that he would do chores like going to the dump. But
Oh, they
what would
put that in the Volkswagen or his dad's Forester. It's not. It might be a cross track,
Okay.
but
They just put what they need in the cars that they have. They don't have a trailer or anything. Okay.
I think it usually goes in the Subaru. I'm not sure. I'm not really involved in those chores.
Okay.
Don't make me do stuff there.
What day did he go to the dump? That was closed.
Saturday.
Saturday.
But holiday weekend, so
Yeah.
Do you know, does he go to the dump in Madison?
maybe the DeForest one because they live in Windsor, DeForest.
Okay.
His dad usually goes with him, and so does his mom. They usually make a trip out of it. Stop at Quick Trip on the way home and grab a soda. His mom really likes Quick Trip. Like,
There's a lot of people that love Quick Trip.
she has an obsession. Like, when I tell you, like, there's like, I think it was around like Thanksgiving when Mitch and Caitlin were leaving the next day. She like looked at her, she's like, my babies are gone. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And like before then, I told Chandler, I'm like, if your mom asks to go on a Quick Trip run, you have to say yes. She's like, do you guys want to go to Quick Trip? And I was like, he's like, okay. Because he gets dragged to Quick Trip often.
Yeah.
She goes there for soda. She goes there for snacks. She even looked at their meat section because in case she couldn't get, oh, it's my mom.
Okay, we are going to shut it down, guys. It's just over 2 hours this stream's been running, and I don't feel we've got very far, but it is what it is. A lot of mixed feelings out there in the chat room tonight about Cathryn Mellender. Anyway, tomorrow, sorry about those audio problems at the beginning, but we will have that sorted, and we'll be with you tomorrow. Good night.